everyone, welcome to the Video Sans Frontier Easter special. My name is Jay Wakefield, and I wasn't going to do this, but Billy Carr and I have been talking about Easter videos and what we were both doing 20 years ago. Now 21 years ago on Easter Sunday, I had the bulk. Not very nice, really, if I'm honest. But 20 years ago, luckily, I did not have the bulk. What I was doing instead during Easter was I spent Easter 1996 building myself a computer. Not a real machine, mind you. I built it out of old Easter egg boxes. Basically what I did is I took an Easter egg box and sellotaped some A4 paper to the inside of it to masquerade as a screen, and then I kind of put that in another box. In a way, I kind of cut a hole into another box, laid that flat down, and put the quote-unquote screen inside it to make it look like some sort of derpy all-in-one machine. Kind of like, I don't know, kind of like if you were going to horribly disfigure and something like an Apple Macintosh LC or something like that, pizza box type of thing. Now, Billy, with his brilliant sense of humour, thought it would be worth a couple of yucks for me to do that again for a video. I thought that Billy was a wee bit out of his mind, so I decided not to listen to him. No, I'm kidding on. But what I am going to do instead is not build a computer at all. Well, not fully anyway. What we're going to do instead is we're going to restore a machine. Which machine, do you ask? This machine. This is a Compaq Armada M700, which I've had for a few years now, that's been waiting on me getting parts. What parts are needed? Well, the keyboard is shot. Some of the keys don't work, even though the keyboard itself may be fine. And on the track point, the left mouse button is a bit... Now, I may only need to... Now, while I'm aware that I only really need to replace the track point buttons themselves, I have actually bought an entire palm rest. And considering the condition of this one, I've decided that I'm just going to straight up replace it. And just kind of see, how well I can restore this machine. So, let's get cracking then. First off, it's going to be time to remove the keyboard. The way to do that, you just kind of pull down these tabs like you would on an iBook. And then the next stage is quite entertaining. You've got to try and pull the keyboard forward. If you're having difficulty, what you can do, grab a flat-headed screwdriver, like this one, and yeah, just basically, I guess would basically try and pry it like that. There we go. Now I want to remove the connectors, but bearing in mind we need to try and be careful because we want to reattach the keyboard when we're done. So there we are. Now we're finished with the keyboard. Excellent. That isn't the best thing, if I'm honest. The memory seems to have came a wee bit adrift. That's... I can't imagine that that is a good sign. So, I don't know how much memory is. Ah, jings. See if we can reattach it, okay. Let's just see what can be done. Okay, so that attaches itself absolutely fine. Good. Now I need to remove the switch cover. That's what it's called on this thing, at least. Okay, so now that's the keyword removed. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the switch cover. To do so, I need to start by removing these screws. Now, these are Torx screws. So, I need a Torx screwdriver, not entirely sure of the size. I know I have Torx screwdrivers. I tend to do the idiotic thing. And that's, I don't know what happened there. I tend to do the idiotic thing and just kind of do trial. So now I'm just removing the screws, and now this is a difficult thing. It's a good idea to try and keep your screws as organised as you can. That way, if there's, you know, that way if you can keep your screws as organised as possible, putting the machine together should be easier. The switch cover's looking a wee bit worse for wear. But, you know, it's not too noticeable, it's not too bad. I think this machine has just been through the mill. And, you know, I think a lot of what it's going to need is, hopefully, spit and polish. I mean, I should be able to... I mean, someone has scored OK into the lid. Yeah. Oh. Okay. See, I'm hoping I can get that out with a wee bit of goo on. Right. So now it's time to try and remove the actual switch cover itself. The switch cover is not wanting to go anywhere. Right, I've had to try and tease this away using a flat-headed screwdriver, and it's sort of working, but yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just stuck fast. I mean, you know, I'm actually following the service manual for this machine, and it makes no mention of it makes absolutely no mention of any other screws that need removed. It's just literally remove the screws from the back of the display and just lift it straight up. But this is stuck fast, so you know, like I said, try to tease it out, you know, with a flat-headed. I've just snapped something. That's good. Not. Oof. Said hopefully. So, you know, literally I just need to try and see. So now, yeah. There we go. So this is now broken. Now it should still go back together in super glue. But, you know, I might end up just picking up another one. The next step is actually removing the display. Now, to do that, what I need to do is, there's a couple cables here that I need to get disconnected. What the heck? Yeah, it's quite windy and rainy tonight. So, yeah. There's apparently 3 cables to remove on here. You have the inverter cable and the audio cable. Guessing the microphone is mounted in the display or something. Right. I mean, I'm going to be honest here. Oh, jinx. I can't actually see where this cable is going to. I'm having to basically, you know, take a guess. And I'm guessing I'll just pull this cable out here from the, what looks like an extension. You've got to, I mean, when you're working with tiny cables like this, you've got to balance delicate with firm. It's really quite difficult, because it's like, if you don't give it some brute force, the cables aren't going to go anywhere. But at the same time, if you're too rough with it, you are actually going to literally damage your cables, and that's not something that I'm okay with. It's not something that I necessarily agree with. Right, okay, these cables are now disconnected. So in theory, I should just be able to unscrew the display. So I'll do that off of camera. Okay, the moment of truth has arrived. Can I now remove this display? There we go. Came off in one clean, swift motion. How's about that? And now the next part is to get rid of this top cover. Well guys, here's a lesson in why you should always check your what you're fitting before you actually even so much as turn a single screw. Now I've taken the track point buttons off of this palm rest, but it turns out this one is actually in worse condition than the one I'm removing. Yes, it's got no writing or anything like that on it, but there's this, and there's this hole, which is not on the other palm rest, and it's just not in that good of condition. And there'd be a lot more work to do. I'd have to literally strip this one down and then attach the parts to this one. You know, and it's just really not worth the time. You know, and I could probably get this one cleaned up with a wee bit of Goo Gone and have it in better condition anyway. So, it's not been a complete loss though, as here's the trackpad, and as you can see, these buttons are working like a charm. So, to remove the trackpad on one of these, you can do it. And it's the same with the E500 as well. Basically get a flat-headed screwdriver and then just pry it off the machine. Actually, it's probably better me doing this while the machine's pared down like this, because there's no screen in the way. There we go. And then all we need to do now is just unplug the plug. And there we have it. I'm going to see, I should try and compare these two. Yeah. Right. So what I want to do now is just install the new trackpad, track point. So it's basically just the reverse of what I've done before. Just a case, I guess, of finding out which way it plugs in and plugging it in. And then, just a case, putting it back into position, getting rid of all the ugly cables. And doing what I can to just press it down. Probably about as good as I'm going to get it. Anyway, now it's time for me to piece this machine back together. And I think I will do that off of camera. And I'll come back to you once I'm ready to fit the keyboard. Bad news, guys. Turns out the new keyboard is a wee bit on the broken side. How is it broken, you might ask? The down... Well, some of the arrows work, well, one of them, the up arrow. The down, left and right ones don't, neither does the delete key. So, this keyboard is going back to the magical land of eBay. So, may as well just unplug this machine. And I will take the keyboard out. And, pack it away. What I will do is I'll keep the white piece of card because that acts as the blooming... I can't believe it, on this machine the white card is what holds the ribbon in place. That's brilliant. Compaq, really. Were the good guys away the day this machine was designed? Anyway, what I can do now, actually, is I can actually clean up this case. And to do that, we're going to use a handy Andy and some Goo Gone. Now, we're not going to use as much Goo Gone as we did in the 500 video. I'm just going to use a wee bit. There we go. And I'll put the lid on this because I know what will happen. And guys, don't snort this stuff when you've got a cold. I know Goo Gone is specifically for cleaning dust, for cleaning goo off of things. But it actually works as well for cleaning off writing. Although, to be honest, these tissues aren't really doing me any favours, if I'm going to be completely honest. You know what? I think I'll get a dishcloth instead. A clean one, not one that I actually use on the dishes. Okay, I have a cloth instead. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and just... I've got more to clean off now. There we go. So once again, just tiny wee application of the Goo Gone, and then this stuff is magic. This is pretty fantastic. It's picking up most of the residue. It's brilliant, and this palm rest is actually starting to look brand new, like it was just rolled off the production line back in '99 or 2000 or whenever it was. Right, the screen's also got some residue around it, so I'm going to clean that. Although, to be honest, the screen itself, the screen bezel itself, does look as though it has seen some better days. And now to see if we can do anything with the lid. Done. That OK sign is away. There's a white mark that refuses to go away. How entitled can you get? Oh, it's actually a scratch. That wasn't supposed to happen. I think I just made it bigger. Oh well. But now that I've cleaned this machine off, apart from the lovely, lovely scratches on the metal Compaq emblem, it doesn't look too bad. I wonder if actually I could, I wonder if they're surface scratches and that they could be taken care of with a magic eraser. Let's try. Okay, got a couple of things. Got a wet wipe. You just literally wipe the Goo Gone away, so it doesn't leave that greasy kind of residue feeling on the machine. And now we're going to try and tackle the scratches on this Compaq sign. Not holding out many great shakes, if I'm honest. I'm going to have to be careful because I don't want to magic erase the Compaq logo. Yeah, please don't read too much into this, guys. I know the noise sounds a bit dodgy. Nah, this doesn't appear like it's wanting to do anything with those scratches. Bit of a shame. All I've really done there is ended up with a really clean scratch. So, what I will do is I will just wipe this machine down with a wet wipe, and then I'll report back, obviously, you know, once I get a new keyboard sorted, and, you know, once I get a new one of these things as well. Because, I mean, I want to make this machine look and behave as well as I possibly can. You know, it would be nice, you know, to be able to restore this machine at least to some sort of glory. On that note, I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. I'm sorry I couldn't have shown you this machine fully up and running with a fresh install of Windows and let's play some games on it to test it out and what have you. But I do hope to be finishing this off very soon. And so, for the meantime, thank you for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe on YouTube, like Videos on Frontier on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. Until then, thank you for watching, and please join me for my next video. Cheery bye.